Do we have everything up? It's time for some Alpine. Dun, dun, dun. So that is everything. Feel like everything is done. It's time to make a watching delivery and the stuff for Alpine. And see how, if they will do like some other teams. More black than member color. But we'll see. Let's see, do we have... Here we have song. So let's see. Start. Okay, wait. Yeah, there are a lot of music. And if the... Oh shit. That's stuff I need to have. If the launch is equally boring as last year, we could have let's see if I can. Continue with music. God damn it. We could do something more interesting. When something interesting actually happens. Time also.
Busy night, but there's always room for another.
Man. Got sound back on the right ear. Let's see. Turn off the sound on. Really well, let's... Oh, the quest. Gasly and Ocon. Let's see what fun stuff can I do. Pre-shaman och Warlock. Priest och shaman. Oh wait. No, nu tar vi bra. Really? Okay, so it will be equally boring as last time. Man, what a fun. Oh fucking music. Is fine over. Oh my god. Fuck me.
Box system, box system.
Box system. Shouldn't be this bad.
advantage of this?
I mean, this is worse than have a timer, and after the timer has ended, one other time is get a next time start. Oh shit! Oh my! I didn't know. I thought it was. What spell do you want? I want Fire Blast. Or Pyro Blast. But man, this is bad start.
Processing.
And this quality. What is this? Well, I only need to play 3 games, not winning. Oh my god, this fucking music. So much wasted time. Almost 50 minutes and it's just... They just waste time. Oh my god, fuck me. Can you just stop wasting time? Sure. Oh my god, goddamn. And I could skip this, but I really want to be part of the full wasted time. So I can truly appreciate how bad this is. Yeah, sure. We'll play the next one. And the funny fact is, they don't waste time to get to the car. They waste time to then start talking about something else than Formula 1. Wow. No, is this a one other timer? Holy fuck me, fuck me. Really? They have a timer in video or live stream or what the fuck you call this? Oh my god, finally. Start, please. Ooh. That's actually something. Oh my god, more music. Just please start the fucking show. The fuck is this? What the where is the promotion of your Renault cars also? Why not promote that also? Oh, promote the country France also. Finally, so.
Hello, hello. I think that deserves a round of applause. Hello and welcome to the 2024 Alpine Motorsport.
So, almost 8 minutes of waste to start making some talking points. Man, this is bad
Sports
start.
launch. I'm Rachel Brooks and I work for Sky Sports F1, and it is an absolute privilege to be here today on this
Privilege to be there. I actually don't think that.
very, very special
I think it is opposite. It's not a privilege. It's almost torture to be there, I
day.
would say more.
Alpine has an illustrious history. Its DNA is embedded in motorsports. The brand was founded in 1955. It shone through the 70s with
Another would say this Alpine has always been their sport, or Alpine always been a sport. I mean, sure, but going from Renault to fucking Alpine as a name in Formula 1, no, that's how. I mean, you should have Alpine in the start, not changing it midway through.
World Rally and World Endurance. And in more recent years, Alpine entered into the pinnacle of motorsports with Formula One. Now, over the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to go behind the scenes together, first in endurance and then in Formula One. And this afternoon, you will discover much more than the liveries. In this dual Formula One and World Endurance presentation, you will get a sneak peek at the actual cars today. These are not last year's cars with this year's liveries. They're the real thing, so make the most of it this afternoon.
Wow.
Now, 2024 is the first year of the Alpine Hypercar project. The team's been working really, really hard to make the final adjustment.
Did they do that last year also?
And this A524 424 that you'll see in a few moments was on track in Barcelona just a few days ago.
Wow.
After this, it's going straight off to Qatar for the first race of the season. It's also going to be an exciting year
Is that
for the
Mick
BWT
Schumacher?
Alpine F1 team and its new investors, Ocho Capital, Redbird Capital Partners and Maximum Effort Investments, headlined, of course, by some familiar names and faces, as I'm sure you already know.
Yeah,
So
sure.
where better to start this presentation and to present this A524 Formula One car for you than here, the very place where it's been designed and developed. I know you're eager to see both cars and, of course, meet the driver.
The eager to see. Let's see when do something about the actual car arrives. Okay, so in 20 minutes you can say they finally do something with the actual car.
So let's crack on. Alpine is one of the brands that's most engaged across all the FIA motorsport disciplines, from F1 to endurance, from single-seaters to rally.
Hey. Okay, let's see. This name. Oh my god. Jack Doohan. Och sen Gasly, eller Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. And I don't know.
Rally and Pikes Peak, and into the virtual world, of course, of esports. Alpine is truly passionate about developing motorsports excellence. So,
I mean, is this Schumacher?
let's have a look now at the exciting world of Alpine motorsports.
I mean, I know Schumacher would be in driving an Alpine stuff somewhere. So much music. One minute of waste time. Nice. I mean, this was. I would say Sauber was more interesting. Because you knew that was a joke. They're trying to actually be something. And it looked worse than the people that try to make a big joke. Oh, and our time.
I wonder.
Man, this is a fun start.
I think, yeah, definitely deserves a round of applause. Got the heart racing. It's my pleasure now
Can I
to
quit?
introduce to you Alpine's VP of Motorsports. Please
Oh,
join me in
boring.
welcoming Bruno Fama. Bruno, thank you so much for joining us. Ça va?
Ça va, Rachel, ça va. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming here today. Thank you for everyone
I really hope Williams is better than Alpine this year. Please.
watching live. Really excited and happy to be here today. It's a very special moment. As you said, we are going to unveil the car, the lineup, and it's a very special day because it's Pierre's birthday. And happy birthday, Pierre.
Bruno, you've got a fantastic history in motorsports. I'm curious to know, though, where your love for it all began.
It started when I was a kid, really the passion for
Like, what is this? I don't know. What more there's pressing, playing harsh on a fucking
motorsport. I had
watching
the
Alpine.
opportunity to go to
Car
the
reveal.
24 Hours of Le Mans when I was 10 years old, and then I tried to really work hard.
Well,
and
after
to
this,
study engineering to
I
go
will
into
start
motorsport.
Minecraft because that's
And the dream came true, and
the fuck.
I won Le Mans, I won Dakar, I won Pikes Peak, and more than that, looking at the future, I'm super
Weird.
excited to now lead this amazing Alpine motorsport project.
Well, Alpine is Renault Group's cutting-edge motorsports brand, and it's pronounced a
Cutting
new product
edge.
lineup
Yeah, sure.
by 2030. Can you tell me how motorsports is influencing the next generation of road cars?
We are really proud to be transferring technology from the track to the road. And for that, really, for having that opportunity, I would like to thank Renault Group CEO Luca De Meo, who is here with us today. Also,
Oh, one
thanking
more.
Philippe Kriev, Alpine CEO, and I'm really excited.
More exciting news. First electric car from Alpine too.
Yeah,
Hey.
the A290
It's
will
like-
be
oh,
the
shit.
first Alpine electric car, a key milestone in the Renaulution plan and in the Alpine project.
Loads of great things ahead then. Tell us more about why Alpine is so
Now,
heavily involved in motorsports in
The
particular.
awesome gameplay is back.
Alpine was born from racing. Motorsport are the perfect match for us.
Oh,
We are
actually,
really
no start.
excited to bring emotion, transfer technology, and make the brand shine. Today, we will discover the hypercar A424.
Nice, because we are here to fucking know about that car. Surely we are. We are so hyped to see that car. Let's see, is it? Yeah, there it is Mick Schumacher. That will maybe be Mercedes in the future, hopefully.
On the new Formula One A524, and Alpine is one of the two manufacturers in the world that can do this.
Can do what?
Emotion, transfer technology, and make the brand shine. Today, we will discover the hypercar A424 and the new Formula One A524. And Alpine is one of the two manufacturers in the world that can do this. Formula One and WEC are really complementary to develop Alpine brand.
I still don't know. Can do what? Wasting money on stuff that you don't then succeed in?
Awareness everywhere in the world. It's a real challenge to be at this level of competition in the two biggest FIA championships.
Let's see. He said the two manufacturer. I mean, if Mercedes cared, they could. Audi. probably can also. Who knows? Maybe will do that when after they come in Formula 1.
I wonder.
Ferrari probably. I mean Red Bull could maybe do that also, but they maybe aren't a car manufacturer, so maybe not. McLaren can maybe do that also.
It's a big ask. It's been an exciting road for Alpine's World Endurance Programme since the A424 show car that was revealed last June. So, let's check out some of the highlights
Hi.
and look closely because it'll be your first glimpse of the A424.
Nobody cares. Oh my god, and this I would say, last year I stayed up hours to sometimes see this live. And man, it was really not worth it. It was so much waste of time. So boring. Not fun at all. Oh yeah, I forgot to watch it. This isn't so hyped, please. It's just a bad car. Who cares? Actually, who cares? Yeah, sure. Someone maybe cares.
I wonder.
Yeah, I still wonder. The fuck is this? Is it on?
And fantastic to get a close-up look at this stunning piece of engineering. So, I think it must be the perfect time then to introduce to you Alpine's endurance team manager, Philippe Sinot. Ça va?
Ça va?
Thank you very much for joining us here today.
Hello everyone.
Alpine's entering a really competitive hypercar category at the moment. It's a car that's been developed in-house, but it's a milestone in Alpine's motorsport history. We know the competition is going to be fierce, but it's a massive moment for the team, isn't it? And for you yourself, I imagine.
Massive
Tell me how
moment.
it feels.
As
Why?
you can imagine, we are really proud, so proud to be there with our Alpine Endurance team. First of all, I would like to thank Luca Dumeo, Philippe Krief, and Bruno as well. Together, we're making this project a reality. So it's a great moment for us.
And long-standing partners back with you, Elf again as well.
Yes, one of the most faithful partners of the endurance program.
This is the culmination of many years hard work, isn't it, this project?
As you know, Alpine has a long story with Le Mans. We had some success over the 10 laps.
Long story, Le Mans. Probably. Nothing I know about, so... Who cares?
Last year, some wins, some titles. I think we are ready now to step up for the weight challenge into hypercar category.
And Bruno, if I can ask you, talking of the hypercar project, how did it all get started here?
Alpine started the hypercar project about 18 months ago. In June 2023, we presented the show car in Le Mans during the Le Mans week. And since we are running, testing, running, testing quite a lot because we have not much time and working hard but it's working well and I'm very happy and proud to have Philippe on board as the team principal of the Alpine Endurance team.
I can only
Röda priser på Lidl. Spärrhandtag eller spärrhylsnyckel 99,90.
Carvey.
LED solcellslampa 129 kronor. Ja, sån är Lidl.
Lidl ad för Lidl car.
Can you imagine, Philippe, how
Lidl
intense your
car
testing program has been to go
review.
from zero to be ready for
Car
Qatar
launch.
in a few weeks' time? How tough has it been?
Was really intense. With 14,000 kilometers made on the track, so many tests.
We can see this also. 3 games.
Wet track,
We are
dry
done.
track, long run, short runs, long runs even up to 30 hours of endurance.
3 games played. Nice. We are done.
Was a amazing job done by the team.
Bruno, I imagine
see.
starting
Don't
from
know
zero,
what click.
you're on a massive learning curve right now. It's a really steep learning curve for the team.
If I click that.
Yeah, that's right. 2024 will be really a learning season.
Oh,
We
I need to fix that more.
make sure the car is reliable first and then to develop its performance within the frame of very specific technical regulations.
Is that better?
We will go step by step, but we will compete among the grids.
God damn it.
Uh,
The bar's pretty high, though, isn't it, in this sport?
It is. The car is new, the driver lineup is new, part of the team is new. There's a lot to do. We will remain very humble. What doesn't mean that we are not ambitious. We are really, we have all a racing spirit. We will push hard and we will do our best to fight from the very first race in Qatar.
Well, speaking of drivers,
Fight for what? Last place? See, let me start that thing.
got an impressive endurance lineup. I know everyone is eager to find out who will
Mick
be
Schumacher
in which car.
hype.
So, Philippe, I believe you have some news for us.
Yes, absolutely. I am so proud to introduce you racing on the car 36, Nicolas Lapierre, Mick Schumacher, Mathieu Vaxivière, and on the car 35, Paul Duchatin, Charles Milesi, Ferdinand Asbourg, and we have a reserve driver, a newcomer, Jules Gounon. Everybody.
Oh my god. Okay, so name dropping everyone like it's nothing. Holy shit. I mean, the only one I know is Mick Schumacher, so please tell me what the fuck have the other people done?
You know, Jules as a fantastic GT driver. Welcome, Jules, on board.
Well,
Oh, do I
I tell
have-
you what, let's hear from them, shall we? Please, give a huge warm welcome to Mick Schumacher, Nicolas Lapierre, Mathieu Vaxivière, Paul Duchatin, Ferdinand Habsburg, Charles Milesi, and Jules Gounon.
Why the... And the reason why these 4 standing here and these 3 here? Or is just...
It's wonderful to have
Who
you
knows?
all here today alongside your car for the season ahead. Let's go a little bit.
And also, the things we will do in Minecraft is mostly make the population of the white and the orange foxes get a higher number. We have now, I think, 5 white foxes and probably 5 orange foxes. And we also will do some farming.
Deeper into it because Nicolas, you and Philippe, you've got a long history together,
The
3
music.
wins at Le Mans, many seasons together. You've developed this car program together, and you were the prototype test driver for it. How's it been? What does it feel like to be here now today?
Yeah, it was a great honor and a pleasure to drive and develop this A424. This development phase is now over, but that was just the beginning of our journey, and now we are going to race with it. Obviously, as Bruno says, it's going to be a learning season, but we are really looking forward to race this car in Qatar.
The learning season. It was so much talk about there are only 2 manufacturers that can do this. So it's the first time they are doing this, or what?
I can tell you this car is great to drive, and I cannot wait to race in a few weeks.
Thank you, Nicola. Now,
That
Mick,
we will
followed
see
your
how
career
great
from
it
F4
is.
through to F1. Tell us how you decided to make the move to Alpine.
I mean, he got kicked out by Haas. And then just sitting and doing nothing at Mercedes. He, for some reason, got a drive for Alpine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the move was quite clear. Obviously, the closeness to Formula One, but also just the whole new project, and everybody very ambitious to get going, and it just really sparked that kind of flame in me to want to go and race here. So happy to be here, and I guess the feeling is kind of mutual.
And how have you found it so far? What are the biggest differences between this and the F1 car?
I mean, the differences are big. I mean, we're trying to essentially bring it over the line 24 hours later, so it's good, and be sharing the car with 2 very experienced drivers. So I'm very, very excited for it.
Yes, more teammates for you this time than you're used to.
Yeah, a few more.
And Paulo, if I can come to you. Last year you were in pole position at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. You were victorious in IMSA as well. You're joining Alpine and Philippe, who you know very well, I know. So how are you feeling right now?
Yes, thank you very much. It's an honor for me to race with Alpine and to hold this French flag, bleu, blanc, rouge, as light as possible in endurance racing. I remember many years ago, Philippe and I promised together to try to race again together in the future, and today it's finally happened, so I'm really happy and proud about it. I have now more than 10 years of experience in endurance racing, so I will try to bring some of it to the team and vice versa, of course. But you know, it is a big challenge ahead for us, so we definitely have to be humble, but I'm quite confident that with mutual trust and hard work, we'll be able to face it together as a team.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sounds like they are all ready for the challenge. Philippe, perhaps you could tell us a bit more about how you decided to divide up the cars.
We made no compromise regarding the driver. We are already on the same line with Bruno about this. We choose the driver for sure regarding the level of performance, and they are all fast, it's sure. But we decide also regarding the spirit, the mind. And I can say today they are fast driver, but also clever driver.
And some natural affinities as well within those teams.
Yes, and at the end was not difficult, was an evidence for us. And I have to say a big thank you to Bruno for that.
Well, I think it's going to be an exhilarating season, and one we're wishing the whole team the very best for, starting with Qatar, of course. Please, can you give a big round of applause and a big thank you to our drivers and to Philippe. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, there was something. Four more minutes. Then the reveal of the car.
And now it is time to talk Formula One. Bruno, if we may. Promises to be a busy and intense campaign. I think we all know there are 24 races in this record-breaking season to come from March through to December. So Bruno, I want to ask you first of all, as team principal, what did you learn from the 2023 season?
First, we really look inwards on self-criticize ourselves, and then we identify challenges and we focus on solution. Now we are full of energy. By the end of 2023, we identified and we showed some quite improvement, and now the challenge is to generalize that across all the team.
And what changes have you implemented then for 2024?
Make a better car that can actually win races.
When I became team principal in mid-2023, we really focused on the track team to take it to another step. We saw that we were already making some interesting progress. but there is still a lot of room for improvement across the whole team. And that will be my number one priority as a team principal, in addition to my role of Alpine VP Motorsport.
And you're keeping on Julian Rouse as sporting director. Stays in.
Yeah, that's right. Julian did really a great job in 2023. He's a real asset, Julian, a real asset for the trackside team and for managing the Alpine Academy as well.
And some breaking news for you all. I understand there are 2 new roles as well at Enstone and Viry. What can you tell us?
Yeah, we decided to create 2 new roles, the same in Viry and in Enstone, of Chief Operating Officer, in order to manage really the day-to-day business and operations of both sides, both companies, 2 different companies. And like that, I will have more time to dedicate to my role of team principal and VP Motorsport.
Well, I wouldn't be a journalist if I didn't ask you who's got the jobs, who are taking on those CRO roles.
Then we will have John Woods in Enstone, who will join in 1 month's time. And in Viry, we are going to have Audrey Vastrou. She's already the operation director of Viry Châtillon factory.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
And both of them, I'm sure, will bring a wealth of experience to the whole team Alpine.
Yeah, probably.
Great. Big news for the team.
Yeah,
Just before
news.
we see the car, I've got one last question for you. What can you tell me about
Maybe
the
better
approach
than
that you've
Williams.
taken to this A524 this year?
It's bold. I'm very excited to be honest, because I think not many people have seen the car yet, and we push really hard. And thank you to Matt.
Hopefully we will. It just took half an hour for that.
All the team and everybody in Enstone and in Viry for doing that. But it's a first, you said it, but I want to say it again, it's super important. It's the real car. It's the real 2024 car, the A524. Everything is not only a livery, then it's very important. 2024 is really a bold approach. It's a completely new car.
It can win races.
And Matt will explain us a bit later more in detail.
All right, brilliant. Well, I know that's what you've come for. You want to see these cars unveiled. As Bruno said, it is the real car. The team have been working incredibly hard to get it ready for you to see the real thing today and not just a livery. So,
whoa! We'll see
shall we have a look at it? Ladies and gentlemen, I pronounce the A524.
Finally. Let's see. Is it 50% carbon? The fuck was that? The fuck is this? Why did it pick this? And why even have any shirt on? Just take it off. Maybe the pants also. No! You can have it so you can see more of the body. Music. Just been soon sleep time. More wasted time. The fuck is we're driving there? Or did I skip forward? Who cares? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Massor av
kläder. Time.
Men inget att ha på dig. Frigör din garderob.
I know.
Men fyll...
Oh, let's see it. Okay. Is really that flat? Or carbon? So like Sauber.
Well, that deserves a round of applause, don't you think?
Man.
I saw you all getting your phones out. Even Pierre was getting his phone out in the front row there to take a picture of his new car for this season.
Oh, Esteban
It
Ocon's
looks
number.
fantastic. You've got a striking delivery by Felipe Pantone here this year.
Yeah, that's right. This livery is unique and really impressive, thanks to artist Felipe Pantone. Really, I think it's a great masterpiece.
And you've got some new parts.
Are you talking about how you design a car or the livery? Because the livery is... I mean, if I would say Sauber or Stake F1 was a joke, this is even bigger joke. The whole car launch is a joke.
There's two.
Yeah, we are really pleased to welcome in
Oh my god, is Haas better than this?
H. Moser and Company, our new timekeeper and business holder as well.
And will we see pink livery this year?
Yeah, for sure. We are going to see...
yeah, and the pink will just be on the blue.
BWT mainly pink livery in a couple of opportunities, a bit more than a couple, in some opportunities during the year. And I would like also to thank all our loyal partners, BWT, we just mentioned it, them, but also BP Castrol, Shamir and Renault E-Tech.
Would you like to see the pink livery? I think we can get a sneaky peek because we've got a camera. Well, round of applause, definitely. There is a camera. There you go. Staff at Enstone all surrounding the car right now. But we need a bit of a countdown from all of you in order to see this pink livery.
One more countdown. It was probably a countdown before this room even started. Then they had a fucking this countdown in somewhere here. Here was the countdown. Do we really need one more countdown?
And get the covers taken off. So if we could have a 3, 2, 1,
okay.
They'll reveal the
A
pink
short
livery
countdown.
for us. So 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I get a fucking music. And that happened last year. Oh my god. Every time they wanted to put someone on the stage, same music. Oh my god, and that was so horrible. Fuck me. I hate my life. When I say they will just change the blue to pink, I mean, I'm somewhat joking, but I joked about something that I thought would most likely happen, and it happened. Oh my god, so late, so late. I mean, this I wouldn't call a pink car. I would call this 50% pink car. Please give it more pink.
Two looks for the price of one. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look then into the A524 and delve a little bit deeper, shall we? Bruno, thank you very much for your time for the time being. I'd like to welcome to the stage the man who is behind it, the Alpine's technical director. Please welcome to the stage, Matt Harmon.
You see, all the time.
It's great to see you, Matt. And as Bruno said, this has been a very bold approach. So can you talk us through the design philosophy on this car?
Thank you, and thanks everybody for being here. Before I start, I would just like to say a massive thank you to the people that you just saw on the screen, both at Enstone and at Viri. It's been, just to get this car here in the way you see, has been a massive challenge for us all and massive testament to them all, so thank you. So, starting from the front, you know, the A523 didn't quite deliver what we wanted. We need to look at ourselves, we need to look inwards.
What do you mean?
And understand what we needed to do differently. And we started that process actually originally from concept work back in week 45 of 2022, but more so after the first few races of 2023. We decided to take a very bold approach. As Bruno said, it's a brand new car from front to back. I think only the steering wheel survived. So, you know, we've really tried to look at every single area of the car to make sure that we leave no...
Let's see, he said the steering wheel.
It's a brand new car from front to back. I think only the steering wheel survived.
So there's new tires. There's not Pirelli. Let's see what more can be checked.
So
Let's see what more. No, I think you just the wheels you could say should be the same also. I mean the paint is maybe they're using the same way of making a paint. Maybe the same brands on the car.
you know, we've really tried to look at every single area of the car to make sure that we leave no stone unturned, and we give ourselves a car that can have potential through the year. We plateaued a little bit in 523, and I think with this car, I think we have that potential. If we start with the front wing, you'll see a completely new philosophy there, structurally very challenging, as they always are. But it's a front wing that will give us a good load, a good aero balance, but also a good speed, aero balance with speed characteristic, which is very important to us. It's very tricky in here. You know, it has a homologation requirement, as we know, with the nose, and it's important that we do a good job of that. But we also do it with a good structure, with a good mass. So, you know, that was a real good body of work done by the people at Enstone. Moving further back, with the braking system of the car. It's very complex. It's very important with the brakes, as I'm sure you're all aware with your cars that you drive every day. It's very important to be consistent and precise. And both Esteban and Pierre really do need to be consistent and precise on the braking system.
Is that a dig on them? That they are doing a bad job?
That is the first order. But after that, it's also an aerodynamic device. We need to cool the brakes, we need to cool the calipers, we need to cool the brake disc, but we also need to manage the temperature going into the tyres. And that's done by a combination of not just the blankets that you'll see on the television, but also the manner in which we let heat pass through into the carcass of the tyre. So we spend a lot of time on this, optimising that, making sure that it's aerodynamically capable and it fits with the rest of the front end of the car. The front suspension is a similar concept to we had on the A523, but it is much more optimised. The kinematics are very different. The inboard suspension is slightly changed to give us more flexibility and understanding of how we can control that. If we move further back, one of the big areas that we focused on this year was the chassis. We made sure that we squeezed every single thing that we could. We need to make sure the driver is comfortable. Esteban, don't worry, you will be comfortable.
Yeah, that happened.
In the car. It's really, really important for their ability to drive. But equally, we also need to push. We need to push the structures, and we also need to give the underbody of the car the ability to...
I mean, are they doing the same that they did last time? Talking about how much they have worked on the car, how much they've changed and everything, and then... And it's just meh. It's nothing.
To increase the flow rate through the car, and I'll talk about a little bit about that later. But fundamentally, the chassis has been designed to give us the maximum amount of volume for our aerodynamicists to express themselves freely in terms of concepts, not only for the launch car, but for the first, second, third, fourth race upgrades. As we move on further back through the car, we get to the power unit. We know the power unit is broadly homologated. That does not mean it is entirely fixed.
Okay.
There are a number of things that we can do to make sure that we install the power unit well into the car, making best use of all the hard work that is done by Viry-Châtillon. It's really, really important that we do that. We make a lot of calculations on how we maintain all of the work done by the engine. So, for example, we've integrated the tailpipe that exits the engine into the suspension carrier around by the transmission, basically to straighten it, to reduce the pressure drop across there, making sure that every single bit of work done by the power unit is delivered at the crankshaft and therefore at the rear wheels. We've also moved the ERS unit forward, so the battery pack, as we may call it. We've moved it rearwards, So we've moved it rearwards towards the engine to help us with that weight distribution of the car. It's quite a reasonable weight in the car, and we've moved it. It's very optimal, but it really helps when we move it in that direction.
Sure.
Moving rearwards, again, we sort of move into the rear suspension, the transmission side of the car. Another challenge that we always have with the racing cars is we want optimal mass. We want to be under the weight limit, but we don't want to be too far to the point where we're not using the mass to spend back into performance. So it's really important for us to optimise that, and we've done just that. We've taken a considerable amount of mass out of the transmission, which has required a lot of validation. That has been validated in line with our full car dyno, where we also had the full powertrain system with the power unit, all of the heat rejection systems in every part of the car, including the chassis. That allowed us to do well over 3,500 kilometres, which is a fantastic collaboration between the engineers at Viri and Enstone. Moving further back, we get towards the rear suspension. The inboard rear suspension has been completely revised. The outboard suspension is also the same. We've got a brand new kinematic on the rear suspension that allows us to make take advantage from the manner in which the car behaves under certain conditions around the track. We've also tried to make sure that we optimise it aerodynamically. We took a little bit of an aerodynamic hit for taking that kinematic, but we believe we will drive through that. We were already back to where we started, and we believe we will get well and far beyond as we develop the rear of the car further.
Okay.
As we move more to the rear wing is an area where I think we could have done better last year. There were certain tracks where we weren't as efficient as we wanted to be in terms of the downforce versus drag. Monza was one in particular. We learned from that. We designed some new things. We went to Las Vegas. We raced there. We understood some things. We included that in this car design. This year, this car, the rear wings will be matched more heavily towards each individual event, making sure that for certain types of downforce versus drag requirement, that we're more optimal, we're closer to where we want to be from an optimum lap time. Coming back round towards the rear braking systems, very, very similar to the front. Good concepts, management of thermal behaviour, precision of the brakes, exactly the same as the front. Now we get onto the floor and bodywork. We all know that predominantly the floor creates an awful lot of the downforce of our car. It's a real driver for a lot of the performance upgrades that we will see. And an awful lot of the work that we've done in the centre of the car is to free up volume and space to express ourselves properly with that floor. You will also see on the edge of the floor, there's some fantastic design work gone in here. We've got some very interesting elements on the floor that allow us to make the most of the air passing over that area. And that actually is in combination with the bodywork. Now, one of the things that you can't see as I stand here right now is underneath the bodywork.
The livery.
And under there is what we call the internal bodywork. So there is another set of bodywork which you cannot see. And this allows us to control all of the mass flow through the car from the beginning as it enters into the sidebody all the way through to the rear. That allows us, to make sure that we optimise the cooling behaviour of the car. We were a little bit more open than we would like to have been last year. This year, we were in a much better position. That reduces the drag of the car and allows us to have an optimum lap.
And then when the season starts, it's you will be nowhere. Maybe even Williams be faster. That would be hilarious.
We've also controlled a lot of the thermal behaviour under there. So, for example, we try not to cool the exhausts. That sounds very counterintuitive, but cooling the exhaust takes away the energy of the exhaust. Taking away the energy of the exhaust means we don't have as much power at the crank. So we try to make sure we use our air where we need it and not where we don't, like we do everywhere else on the top of the car.
Sure.
Sounds like you've taken quite an aggressive approach to this.
We've taken a very aggressive approach. I think we'll see where we are when we go to the Bahrain test. But we will be relentlessly upgrading this car, and we have an awful lot of potential to extract. And we've not anywhere near achieved all of it just yet. So I look forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Matt.
Yep.
Right, shall we meet the trio of drivers who will be in the cockpit for this 24-race record-breaking season?
No, thank you. Fucking music, alltså, oh my god. Why is Alpine so bad at doing car reveals? Oh my god. Did Sauber ironically made a better car reveal with the joke stake one F1 team name? So much ads for such a bad stuff.
Studying the car closely, please welcome to the stage Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly and reserve driver Jack Doohan.
So after music, after this wasted trailer of something, you will have more music.
Did you get your photo? You're going to do a selfie after, aren't you? I know you are. Esteban, great to see you. What do you think?
Hello, Rachel. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I mean, we saw it for the first time today. Obviously, it's been built completely. We saw it in drawings. We drove it a lot in the simulator, but to see it for the first time, yeah, it looks very aggressive. And yeah, this car.
Delivery or actually car? Nobody knows.
You know, there's been an enormous amount of work, you know, going on through months and months of development, and finally very happy because you know, it's been a long winter, a long preparation, but we are about to get going with that launch. Everything is starting to kick off now, so yeah, I can't wait to get started.
Joyeux anniversaire, Pierre. 28, 28 today. I mean, we could sing. Do you want us to sing for you?
No,
okay,
don't do
good.
that, please.
It's a good idea, to be fair. How's this as a birthday gift?
That's probably the best birthday gift I could have hoped for. So no, it's amazing. I know a lot of work I've been done over the past few months. Obviously, we've been involved with Jack and Esteban in the simulator, talking with the guys. But just to see it live, I think a big round of applause for all the guys to get it here, because it's a 2024 car. I think it's the first time we get it all together, and in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be in Bahrain testing for the first time. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get going.
How was your winter, Esteban? I know you went go-karting with Zinedine Zidane. Is his go-karting better than your football, or?
No, he's actually really good. I mean, that shows, you know, how much when you are top athlete, you are good at every sport. But no, since then, a lot have happened. We've been training, preparing as much as we can. And yeah, it's going to be a super long season, you know, 24 races, record-breaking season in that term. So it was very important, you know, to be healthy, to start to have you know, a good physical level, you know, for that whole long season. So yeah, I feel sharp, I feel ready, and yeah, from now on it's all about eyeing you know, that car and looking forward to being it.
And Pierre, how was your winter? I mean,
True. That's my feeling. Is it over soon? Let's see, 20.
Forward to being it.
That's me. Please, the fuck is this?
Yeah, how was your winter? I mean, you went to an Arsenal game and they beat Liverpool. Do I need to remind you Trent's now an investor?
Yeah, I'm a big football fan. It's no surprise to anyone. But no, I mean, it was a great winter. It feels like we were in Abu Dhabi not long time ago, so we haven't had much of a break. But as Esteban said, we're coming into a record-breaking season, 24 races. It's gonna be intense. We prepared for it physically, mentally. I'm feeling in a much better place than I was 12 months ago when I came here in Enstone for the first time and met all the guys, mechanics, engineer. So no, I'm really feeling amazing, and yeah, I just want to get behind the wheel, behind that car, and really push it to the limit.
Jack, we've seen you enjoying your winter as well, taking on a triathlon.
Yeah, luckily my winter was a summer, so I've been a little bit warmer. It's been a bit of a shock coming back the last few days, hence why I have a big head full of hair. Usually it's shaved, so now I brought some warmth with me, but yeah, you know, I'm not racing this year, so I wanted to still put myself into that sort of environment and throw myself in the deep end. But no, I'm still, you know, heavily involved with the team. Another year as reserve driver, spending a lot of time in the simulator, which will be, you know, extremely beneficial for me. Also then joining the guys on track, knowing exactly how they're feeling and really where we're heading into the weekend. So that would be good, as well with, you know, an extensive testing program in the 2022 and 23 car. So 21 and 22 car, sorry. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the year ahead.
And Esteban, it's your 5th year with the team. Can you set yourself some ambitions and targets for this year?
A win.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, you know, to be continuing the work with the team, with the brand. You know, I've been part of this team for a very long time now. You know, as someone was saying, when I arrived, I
might be going to Mercedes. There could be a future plans, maybe.
Was a lot smaller.
Were you ever that high? I can't imagine you ever been that high.
It sounds like a long time ago, and it was. You know, I joined this team when I was 12 or 13 years old, so yeah, it's more than 10 years, and it's incredible to be continuing and racing in Formula One in the best cars in the world. So yeah, I can't wait to get going.
Best car in the world, yeah. Is it meaning just being part of the best, what do you call it? Racing sport, but you're not part of the best team.
The aim for me is obviously to extract the maximum out of the car every single time. We have a big task, you know, to improve and progress, you know, through.
Oh my god, do they have, it's blinking like since they revealed it?
Throughout the year, but yeah, the important is.
Oh wait, is it
is for me that task, to end the season, have no regret, and be happy with what we've done.
And Pierre, second year with the team, as you said, a couple of trophies last season. What are the targets for this year?
It is blinky.
Well, hopefully, definitely more trophies coming this year. But no, I think as we said, we.
Let's see. Did they just get 2 trophies last time? Yes, only 2. Could Williams maybe get 1? And Alpine 0, and then that would be fun.
We came with a bold car, aggressive strategy. We know there's a lot of work ahead of us, but no, definitely ready for it. Second year with it.
Yeah, delivery needs a lot of work. Oh my god, so lame.
The team, so definitely feel like there's even more potential to unlock, and excited to get going. Teamwork, we know where we want to be. We want to see the team at the top, and that's where I want to be as well, and we'll work for that.
And Jack, I know you're not racing this, you don't have a racing program of your own this year. How will you stay sharp, and is this a new aero version? Because you had the shaved head last time we saw you.
Yeah, this is the new.
This is aero development,
this
is
is
it?
quicker. Yeah, we redesigned the car, redesigned my hair, so going all in for 2024. Like I said, I think I have 10 days in the car this year and previous generations, which will be amazing. Just super grateful, obviously, to Alpine and everyone here at the factory, both here in Viri, and for the trust they have behind me to put this testing program towards. Also doing race support, like I said, in the simulator on all the Fridays, which will be extremely valuable for me, myself, but also to have, another race driver, in the simulator as well, handing back to the team. So I look forward to staying sharp even though I'm not racing.
Well, I've mentioned 24 race season. As you reminded me earlier, though, Esteban, it's 30, really, because you've got 6 sprint weekends. Any of them stand out for you as you look ahead to that calendar?
I mean, for sure. I mean, every year, I got a couple of favorite circuits. Suzuka, Budapest are definitely the ones that stands out for me. Really, cool flow, and the Formula One car really comes alive, in those times when you go through those circuits, really high grip, cool places. And yeah, I can't wait to be sitting in that and experience that in those places.
And which race are you looking forward to taking this one around?
To start the first one, and then the second.
Then the first race, if it's good, maybe the second race, but if it's not, I hope the season is ending.
And then the third. I mean, every race is gonna be, we're gonna come with the same mentality and try to deliver the best job we can. As you say, 30 races, they're going to be a lot of opportunities.
Carbon liver
we know
era.
we'll have to work hard at the start and see where we stand in Bahrain at the first test of the season.
Behind Williams.
But it's going to be a long season. They're going to be great chances, and we'll make sure we're there to get them.
Not long to go, just a couple of weeks until the car's on track. Thank you very much.
Couple of weeks. Yeah, probably.
To Esteban, to Pierre, and to Jack. And that concludes this. I think so. I think a round of applause.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
That concludes the Alpine 2024 Motorsports launch. We've heard from drivers across World Endurance, Formula One, and we've seen the real machines today. They're ready to take on a very busy global campaign. 2024 has definitely started, and we're very excited to see what Alpine Motorsports can achieve. Thank you all.
Yeah, some people know maybe that. I'm not.
So much for joining us today. Thank you to you wherever you are watching this from. It's been a pleasure to have you along, and we will see you on track
Maybe for you, not for me.
very soon. Bye-bye.
The delay. Or was it the delay? Nobody in the factory actually cares about this. I mean, this stuff like this. Do you really want to get paid to just standing here and doing nothing than actually working? And also, look like a lot of white people in the factory. It's suspicious. A lot of white people. Holy shit. The fuck is this now? Oh my god. And also music again. Oh my god. I hate this so much. Finally. It's finally over. Please be over. Why? Still not over. 40 seconds more. 10, 9, 11. No, fuck. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's finally over. And then we click. Boop. Okay. Okay, this was something. Oh shit. Okay, so the new livery is. I mean, I wasn't so. I didn't like the last livery they had. And this is worse. I mean, like I said, Stake F1 is to say this is planned to be a joke. They try actually to do something, and it ended up being the biggest joke ever. Okay, now I understand the title of. Let's see, have more people done their review? No. Autosport have done their. The race have not done, but we start with our angry reaction to the Alpine car launch. And I will probably agree, this is fucking lame. Can I go more down? Okay, we have them in focus. Let's see. Oh, fuck me. This was so bad. Oh shit, and it's out.
Our reaction to the Alpine F1 car.
Yeah.
Car launch. And I feel slightly sorry for Alpine because I feel like this is the straw that breaks the camel's back as opposed to Alpine themselves. But it's time to talk about their car launch and where Formula One is going in general with colours.
Yes, I am currently working away on the new P1 logos. I'm getting rid of all the purple, and it's going to be carbon fibre from now on.
We laugh, and otherwise we would cry. Because, of course, if you haven't seen, the Alpine has launched today.
Sadly to say, I have watched it. And it was really depressing.
They launched 2 cars, didn't they?
For some reason, yes, they did.
Tommy, they launched the first car in their main, really colourful conference. And oh wait, no, it was a standard Alpine car launch that we're very used to, which is half an hour of just chatting to the vice.
Half an hour of wasted time.
President of Alpine. But then, of course, they launched the WEC car, which we thought, oh, that's quite lovely, actually. And it
They're
turned out to
allowed
be the-
paint on that one.
Yeah,
the
they
WC car,
don't care about how quick that goes. They just want it to look good. Then they flipped to the first Formula One car, which we thought was the only one, but it wasn't. There was 2, and they pulled back the old cover, didn't they? And then
It
my
was like,
first,
oh god.
my first reaction was, have they forgotten to paint it? It literally looked like a paint by numbers thing that you've done, but you've only done 10% of it, and you've just left a lot of the one because I can't be bothered to get another color out.
It was surprising.
What were they doing? What?
Yeah.
There's no color.
It's painful. Like, this is a team that in 2021, well, we see that livery on the WEC car. It looks banging. Like, that kind of shiny blue that they've got going with the...
That I said, this livery I didn't like so much. But it's better than the fuck they did now.
French tricolor. We absolutely loved that when they released it in 2021. Of course, they used to be
And
Renault as
this
well, which-
this is more beautiful. The yellow. And that's why I don't like the Alpine name, because Renault had the yellow cars. Bring that back, please. I don't care about this Alpine stuff. Until then, I don't care about the team.
which is this really identifiable, like, bright yellow. They've got BWT, which are,
Please bring back the yellow.
are like the sponsor in Formula One that like to have bright pink and it be crazy, and we know them for that.
No, I don't have. Let's see if you can see. Probably not too dark. Pink and yellow. Fuck me. It works. Try it out.
And when they took that cover off and I saw that the nose was mainly carbon, it was a shock, because it genuinely makes me worried, like, even Ferrari might do this.
No,
and
no,
they
no, no,
can't.
Tommy, don't.
I know they can't,
No,
but
don't do that.
but that you say that Alpine.
Red Bull and Ferrari, I believe, is the only team that actually will say, fuck the carbon, we're making liveries for our cars. Hopefully I'm right, but holy shit.
Alpine was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I think if Ferrari revealed a carbon car and they just say, and it's a proper, like, well, this is what we have to do now, that would force them to do something. But yeah, the Alpine launch, yeah, it's so disappointing, because it's a team that have such a vibrant colour and they've not really used much of it.
But anyway, back to Alpine.
Man, I probably like the green more if they actually went 100% green and no carbon. Or maybe not 100% green, but more to 100% than 50%. Holy fuck.
So, not only do they release one car that we were underwhelmed, to say the least, about, they then were like, oh, we've got another car. And everyone sits up. Okay, all right,
okay.
We're going to get the pink car. And then they slowly unveil that one, and it looked almost exact.
It is the same. Switch the blue for pink.
The same as the first car, with a few more pink accents on it. how did they think, oh yeah, they're not going to be too happy, the fans, with the first one. Let's unveil the second one as if it's like so much more vibrant.
Yeah.
But it
yeah,
wasn't.
I think that's what made a mockery of it, because there's so little paint on it, and you can't blame the designers and the people that have done this. I'm sure they are equally as frustrated as Formula One fans, because they will be Formula One fans as well themselves, that want to make a really cool livery, really something vibrant. They've got an amazing color palette to work with, and like the people making the car have gone, so you're allowed to paint this bit, and they've gone, oh,
you
okay.
can just imagine the conversation. Like they sit down, and the budding livery designer's like, right, I've got so many ideas. I've concepted this one. I've concepted this one, and they go, look, we love them.
That's
However,
great.
We can paint 12% of the car.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it 12%? Is it even that? Yeah, it is. It is so annoying.
So high.
Because, and I think, the second livery is what made it even more of a bit of a mockery. Like maybe that is even. I doubt it. But
they're sending a message.
They're sending a message
it's
to
a help message.
It is a help of like, because as well they teased this whole pink camo car, so I expected that was going to be that. Or what they'd do is they'd be like, well, look, we all have to run this one in the race because it needs, we need to weight save. It's all about performance. Formula One teams are never going to sacrifice performance. So maybe it's like, well, in testing, we know we'll be 0.000001 faster, but we'll paint it just so it looks cool on track, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, like you say, they've just replaced a few of the blue diagonals with the pink diagonals, but there's not enough color on the car for it to look noticeably different. So it just almost was a bit laughable to be like, to hype us up again going, oh wait, there's a pink one, 5% of it's pink, but it's a pink one.
And the question that you kind of brought up, but also Haley 58181223 comes in with is, where TF is the pink camo? And the only way I can think of this from a brand perspective is that they would not have teased that pink camo livery if they weren't going to have a pink camo car. So I think at the very last second, someone's made a decision and gone, no, we have to change it. No, let's just do a few more pink little diagonal things, as you say, on the car, and we'll just have to do that because we need as accurate data as possible, or whatever the decision might have been, because that's just going to anger Alpine fans. Why would you do that? There is no benefit apart from getting social chatter, but then that social chatter is going to turn to a negative when you don't release it.
Yeah, and I don't think it is. I think it is literally just a way because they know that they need some eyeballs on their social media posts. Yeah, because what are they going to do? What are they going to do to like, oh, here's a teaser of our car, and every team's done the same thing where it's like, here's a carbon fiber front wing. It's like not gonna. It's just not going to interest anyone. But it did. I think there's so many things here that have made it, like you say, the straw that broke the camel's back, because of basically being like the whole thing. Like we've seen a lot of carbon already. Then the whole launch, and it's not Alpine's fault, but the whole launch did make a mockery of it. The fact that it's like, here's a car from a different series. Look how cool it looks. Right, now here's the F1 car, there's no paint on it. But wait, here's another one. It looks the same because we can't paint that one either. And that's what's so frustrating. And we will disagree on this, but I actually think it's a cool looking car. I think if it was a standalone car, the pink one, I think looks really cool. It's like a cool testing livery, like black and pink. I hate everything it stands for, but I actually like the livery as a standalone thing, but I'll still be giving it probably a 1 out of 10 just because I'm so annoyed.
It's funny because I think when Mercedes came out with their all carbon car last year, I was like, damn, that looks sick. And now, because I've seen 20 of them, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not a fan of this anymore. Question from PfizerCar123BS. How screwed are they if they have so few painted parts on livery launch?
Or even more funny, what if they is even slower than they were last time?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe, because you would think that, it being a livery launch, and we have seen Williams, for example, showcase a car that has a lot more painted bits than what they actually roll out after testing. So it's probably not the best outlook for Alpine, because I'm sure they don't actively want to have that much carbon within their car to try and for brand identity and stuff like that. So the simulations might not be the most positive things they've ever seen, hence why they've gone for this. But you know, these are incremental advantages by not painting the car. This isn't half a second a lap or anything like that. So yeah, you know, we can predict all we want.
Who knows? Maybe it is for Alpine.
Say they're screwed, but it's not the most positive of outlooks.
No, I mean, this is the thing. I joked on the Twitch stream that, you know, this is going to catapult them from 6th in the championship to 6th in the championship with maybe 2 extra points throughout a 24-race season.
Now they'll be behind VCarb now, mate.
Yeah, maybe. But teams will always take this. You do wonder if they will take any more off. There's not really a lot to take off anymore. Maybe it's just a case of teams now going, well, we're not even going to protect.
I mean, they are maybe scared to being slower than Williams. I mean, they are going... I remember Alpha Tauri. They both are going up.
And that we're going to paint it like... Because it's not going to look like this in the first race in Bahrain or after testing.
And my thoughts on this whole non-paint...
Maybe after Bahrain, it's even less colour.
...debacle that we currently have in Formula 1. I think it does genuinely have an impact later down the line when you look back at these kind of images of Formula 1 on the grid and all these different cars that aren't, you know, don't have these really distinctive liveries. Because I'm thinking, you know, for more maybe even the children that watch, the kids, the ones that are growing up. If you're a kid watching now, you're seeing the same
really bad liveries. You want the red car, the yellow car, the blue car, the silver car.
Car.
Imagine football teams if everyone just wore a black shirt. Like,
yeah, like
it's your colours. It's like your sporting colours is like of who you support. Like, yeah, like if I go back to being a kid, I supported Orange Arrows literally just because I liked the livery, because it was bright orange, it looked really cool, and I was like, yeah, I'll support them because it looks nice. And loads of people will do that. They'll like, you know, Jaguar were like, oh, we'll be British Racing Green and all this kind of stuff. That gives a team an identity. And like you say, like these sports teams, you're going to lose that. Like, look at Silverstone. You want like people in papaya caps, people in red caps, people in blue caps. Like, it's part of the sport to have like some vibrancy and like team colours. And we're losing it because, for whatever reason, they're not like something has to change now. Because
we know
please, FIA or Formula 1, make it the rule. You need to paint your car 100%, or you're out. You're out. And now Andretti come in.
Reason they're trying to save time on the track. So literally, all they need to do to fix this is put something in the regulations where they have to paint X amount of part of the car. Maybe even be 100%. I don't know.
And people will say that's ridiculous, but they have done things like that before. Like, do you remember when on the shark fin they realised that numbers on the cars were getting too small, and they're like, you have to have a certain part of the car, and they like there is literally a rule that you have to have eligible numbers on a car, because if you throw back to 20 years ago and you look at a Formula 1 car, you can't even see the numbers on it. Whereas now, they are actually quite vibrant and big, and you can see the numbers on the car. So they have the ability to do this. It's not like it's an impossible thing. They can write in regulations.
What will they?
You have to paint this. It can't just be carbon fibre. We know you want to wait.
And it's not ridiculous either. It's not ridiculous. Like, why
not
would
having the rule
mandating
is
something like this be
ridiculous.
ridiculous? Formula 1 have to think about this from, you know, a bigger picture here than just, you know, the identities, you know, they're stripping back a little bit. I don't see there's any drawbacks in mandating something like that to make sense for the teams as well. The teams are only doing it to save time on track. They're not doing it because they think it looks good.
Sorry, Alpine, is what I'm like. It's not your fault. It's Formula 1's fault. Like Formula 1 teams are always going to find a way to do this, but it's a shame for them because we know how good they can do liveries.
Exactly. You know how excited we were when we saw the pink one. Even the blue one looked amazing when they first launched it. And I think, yeah, it is a sorry Alpine for popping off. It isn't just
No,
you.
don't
I think
be
your
sorry.
livery
Fuck
took it
them.
to the extreme in terms of like stripping it back to carbon, and that's why we've popped off now, is because we've seen a few, and this has gone too far. Lots of love, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. My other final thought is that P1 live show tickets are going on sale on Friday. They are live now if you are a Patreon. So you can go to either Cambridge, Bath, or London and get your tickets early. If not, the wholesale opens up on Friday. So look forward to that, and we'll see you very soon. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
No. Oh, here we have a. God damn it. Oh, shut up. Let me turn that off. So we can go to the next video. Man, this is so depressing. The race have still not done anything. And oh shit, so big. Man, so annoying. Okay. Let's start while I'm doing the meme. Oh shit.
It's a very French affair today, as Alpine have revealed their A524, and as always, they have opted for a dual
Shouldn't
livery
change the
approach.
names.
They've also unveiled their new hypercar at the same time, soon to be racing in the 2024 World Endurance Championship.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I'm Sam Hall, and joining me today are John Noble, live from the launch event itself, as well as Jake Boxall-Legg from the office base. Welcome both. Now, let's start off with some first impressions, and we'll go to you first, John. As usual with Alpine, 2 liveries with the swapped blue and pink colour schemes, although that could be overselling it a bit. And much like everyone else so far, there's a lot of bare carbon fibre. What do you think of this?
I think today they've...
Oh my god, shut up. Man, I found something really funny. Man, the future of Formula 1. Oh my god, this is too... Oh shit. Man, this is too funny. Wait. Man, it looked good now. I mean, wouldn't this be amazing? Seeing your Ferrari car being this carbon. I don't know. Did I take? No. Yes, let me. I need some more room. Oh shit. The peak of Formula 1. Let's see. Then we need... It's so fucking stupid. Then we want... Let's see. I want to find something interesting. Maybe best livery. Man, what can I pick? Okay, the top most iconic. Iconic livery. Huh. Lotus did the carbon cars before it was even cool. God damn it. How hard can it be to just... Where can I... Make it easy. Yes. And it would be also funny if I actually find... Fy we take that one. What do we want? Ferrari with red? No. Ferrari with carbon. Okay, let's see.
I have a relaunch for the team. Matt Harmon, technical director, said everything's new apart from the steering wheel, basically. So I think they've realised last year's car didn't work. They made some changes, didn't deliver the step forward they hoped for. So complete revamp from front to back, new concept, new approach, new direction, and even a new livery approach, because the pink isn't much pinker than the original, because there's still so much bare carbon fibre. I think purely because the weight.
Snö. Nysnö. Skar, frost och frister. Drivsnö. Yrsnö. Pärlsnö. Pudersnö. Snö.
Audi Cautro. Ursprung Deutsch Technology. What the fuck did he say?
And JBL, will go to you now. I know you've obviously written a feature that's already up on motorsport.com and Autosport. What are your thoughts on this look?
Lame.
For me, it's frustrating.
It's lame.
Because we've had, 3 or 4 launches. Williams has done a livery launch with a dark blue livery. That looks pretty good. We've had the McLaren livery, carbon and orange. We've had the Sauber, carbon and green. And we've had the Haas, carbon and white. So you're kind of going into this thinking, well, Alpine's got blue, it's got pink. What's it going to do? If it goes with the same livery, then at least it's a little bit different to what we've seen. And they've somehow managed to make it look dreadful. Honestly, it's uninspiring. It feels like not a lot of effort has been put into it. And I'm worried that we're just going to end up in a situation where we've got 10 teams on the grid all with grey liveries. It's just not a good look for Formula One, I don't think. And I think, honestly, there probably needs to be some kind of regulation stating, how to make the cars look different.
What do you
creating
mean?
Different liveries.
Look at the
and
Ferrari.
Kind of aesthetic Formula One. Because
Looks so
I
nice.
grew up in the late 1990s. I was there when there was a Jordan looking like a wasp. There was a BAR with 2 liveries zipped together. There's all of this kaleidoscope of colour, and we just don't have that now, and it's a real shame because I think they could have done something quite good, and they just haven't.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's only, I think, 2017 where we had all the really bright colours, and you look at what we've got now. John, you're at the launch and have spoken to the team, including team principal Bruno Faman, and both drivers, Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly.
New livery
Faman
on the
was
fish.
brought in last year as the interim team principal. Is he now full-time in the job, and what were his thoughts on the event?
Yeah, he's now going to be kind of stick out as team principal. There's a new structure. They're going to appoint a CEO for Viri, a COO for Enstone, just to try and help him manage the situation. But I think he feels that last year the team structure changed a little bit. The second half of the season, they scored more points, even if the car wasn't a dramatic step forward. The winter's been about revising the car and pushing on. And a concept change, always is a bit of a gamble because you can't be guaranteed it's definitely the right direction. Often there's a reset period where you need to learn all about it to regain the performance. So I think the messaging from both Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Bruno is potentially the start of the season could be quite difficult. But they've got big upgrades coming for, I think Matt said, race 2, race 3, race 4. So they've been quite aggressive as they've been in the past, bringing upgrades. So I think it's more where this team can end up rather than judging them on where they start this season.
Sticking with you, John, and moving to the drivers, both Gasly and Ocon had fairly middling seasons last year, I think it's fair to say. Both were semi-regularly in the points and each scored a podium, but they weren't consistently impacting the upper end of the midfield. Both are very experienced F1 drivers, so what do the drivers need?
Let's see. I know Esteban Ocon got the 3rd place in Monaco because Leclerc did a mistake in qualifying, so he got demoted. And also Perez made a big crash. So 2 people should be there, not there. And Pierre Gasly got his third place because Perez spun out. So, I mean, they finished third, but would they? No. Like the first race in Bahrain. Would Alonso get the third place if Leclerc had not had his car say no? Probably not.
To do to help push Alpine into the top 5 and beyond.
We can ask Pierre here if you want.
Go for it. Go on. let's get him on.
I think it's all to do with the platform, isn't it? Really, that mostly in Formula, especially because things are so tight. It's about the car and where it performs, where the aero mapping goes, how it performs at kind of variations of corners. Because these cars, it's all about the compromises you're making to where the car can deliver its best. So I think much depends on that. I think Pierre's much more settled down now. He's had a year to understand the team. The team went through a lot of changes the summer last year when Otmar Safnauer and Alan Permain left. Bruno Famin came in. They've kind of restructured things, pushed things forwards. So I think now there's a hope that over the course of the season it can push on, even if the start of the year is a bit more difficult.
JBL, over to you now. Both drivers, at the time of us speaking at least, are out of contract at the end of 2024. Do we expect the drivers to continue with Alpine, or is silly season going to take another turn with...
Gasly will probably stay. Esteban Ocon, I mean, I really don't see him going to Mercedes. He will probably also stay. So they will stay in Alpine until they probably stop being in Formula 1.
With one or both of the teammates driving elsewhere next year?
Or more or less until Alpine want to have a better driver in the car.
I think it's probably too early to say because there's a few tantalising options. You know, that Mercedes seat that Hamilton vacates now, that's something that both drivers are going to be wanting to go for. You know, Ocon still has ties to Mercedes with some degree. Pierre Gasly will want that seat as well, and he'll want to sort of prove that he can make the next step up. So I think they'll both be gunning for it, but you know, everyone on the grid is going to be gunning for it, and there's a Red Bull seat free as well. There's a lot of pieces that still need to be moved. So I think we're looking towards a very kind of explosive silly season in that regard. One that I can't wait. I can't wait for everything to unfold. It's going to look super exciting. So yeah, I think there's something at the end of this that if they perform well, then they can realistically achieve. But they'll both need better seasons than last season. You know, some of it was down to the car. Some of them, you know, the drivers themselves didn't take opportunities, let's say.
New fish.
I think everything just needs to be a little bit better from the team, a little bit more polished, because it's lacks that in the last few seasons. It just seems to be super content just to sit sort of 5th, 6th in the championship, and that's not what a manufacturer team should be doing by any stretch. This is a team that won the title in 2005 and 2006. You know, it needs to start pushing for that again. Yeah, otherwise, you know,
they won
considerable accusations that it lacks a little bit of ambition already ongoing, but they'll continue.
You mentioned the championship standings there from last year, and to John now, in terms of the overall standings, Alpine finished 6th, but well ahead of Williams on points at least last season, and they were still a way off Aston Martin in 5th. Is it realistic to think that Alpine could make the jump into the top 5 teams this year, or are they sort of stuck in that lower midfield region?
They are stuck.
Yeah, but I think that the nature and dynamics of Formula 1 has changed now. This cost cap is bringing the field closer. There's no room for any error now to pull yourself back. You know, as Zach Brown has repeatedly said, you know, teams that are 10th in the Constructors' Championship can be fighting for positions in Q3. This thing can revolve around. I think it's quite a tough ask. Red Bull are going to be quick. Mercedes are going to be quick. Ferrari are going to be quick.
Quick to what, mate? They've wasted 2 years to being fucking bad. Closer to what? Will it be faster? Probably, but from what? Being shit? Okay, sure.
McLaren's going to be quick. Aston Martin's going to be quick.
Yeah, Aston Martin and McLaren will be quick. Mercedes being quick.
Breaking one of those into that top 5 is quite a tough ask, which is probably why Alpine's gone more aggressive, changed the concept, and hopes to push on. But I think if they can break into the top 5...
They should bring on a gambling business. So they can also do some gambling.
They'll be pretty satisfied with that, but it's the extent to how much they can go forwards, because there's no team anymore guaranteed to be kind of battling at the back beyond. I think Haas already admit they're going to have a tough start to the season, but beyond that, it's very tough in Formula 1 these days.
And JBL, we'll throw the last one to you. Not only was this an F1 launch, but obviously there was also the launch of the hypercar for World Endurance Championship too, as Alpine unveiled their A424 LMDH car alongside their driver lineup, which includes Mick Schumacher. It's good to see F1 teams and drivers embracing other race series such as the World Endurance Championship. But what do you think of, especially that livery? I mean, it's a stunner compared to the F1 livery. I think it goes without saying.
What do you mean?
But what do you think about drivers and teams embracing other championships?
I'm all for it, and it was great, with Le Mans last year to watch Ferrari go and come back to endurance racing and go and win. So obviously in a kind of cost cap era now, there's a lot of resources, there's a lot of sort of technicians and brain power that are kind of being underutilized. And so for them to go into other championships, for these manufacturers to put their money in and explore different categories, that's a fantastic thing for motorsport. And to watch WEC thrive with the hypercar field growing and growing, it's,
Okay, but it was a Formula 1 car livery launch, not a this is.
It's just great. And to watch, you.
Let's see. I mean, it's actually called Alpine Motorsports 2024 launch, so they named that right, at least.
You mentioned Mick Schumacher, and there are a number of other talented drivers in that lineup, but he never really got. I'd say he did get a fair crack at Formula 1. He didn't really make the grade, as many were hoping, but he's got a good opportunity to prove himself as an endurance racer now. And I think, sometimes drivers don't make it in Formula 1. You've got guys like Sebastian Buemi or Brendan Hartley or someone like that, don't necessarily make the grade in Formula 1, but when they go to endurance racing, they're just, magnificent, and there's always an opportunity to make a career there instead of, Formula 1's not the be-all and end-all.
Hope is back in Mercedes.
And, as we say, that livery for the WEC car, chef kiss compared to the Formula 1, I think. I think we all agree on that one. And that just about does it for Alpine's double launch. And thank you for joining.
I mean, I would say this was like, I felt like nothing was said in this clip. But also it was about Alpine, so it's like,
joining me both.
Can you say?
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, because we've got the team formerly known as AlphaTauri up in Las Vegas on Thursday evening, or if you're in the UK like us, Friday morning, followed by Aston Martin on Monday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, okay. Gonna click that. Let's go away. Yes.
What charging card do you need?
Oh, shut up. BMW. Have the race finally? No. Man, they're slow. let's see. What did it say? Alpha Tauri. This. There we are. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow Alpha Tauri, or known as Visa Cash App Red Bull, probably. And then we have, yeah, then 4-day break. Then we have Aston Martin, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Red Bull. So let's prepare. Alpha Tauri. And spelling Alpha. Have they already changed the name, or why can't I just please? Oh my god, it's actually... Yeah, det här changed the name. Visa Cash App RB F1 Team. It's a fucking joke. I mean, for real. This is the peak of Formula 1. Stake F1 team. And it's not like Stake have a problem with the naming, because it's a gambling shit. So let's see how much joke it will be. Live chat with Daniel Kvyat 3 years ago. Well, nothing interesting from the race still. So we say this is the end of the stream. It's the carbon era. Instead of having lame colors on your car, we have this carbon black. So much better. The future. This is the peak. What Formula 1 want to be. Be in America? No. Carbon. Have Andretti? No. Carbon. Yeah. The Alpine launch was lame. And the livery was much better. So I would say Haas is better. But who knows? Visa Cash App RB. Visa Cash App RB F1 team maybe will make it even worse. Livery, but that we will see in when was it? No, tomorrow. So tomorrow we see it. Maybe we'll see what race thought about the Alpine stuff. But until then,